Okay, we're gonna give it like a second, just because with this usually it takes a while. So just give it a good second. Also, this gives me time to post on social media that we are live. So here we go. We are live. Come join. Come join the chat. So give me one sec, guys. Again, this is the thing about doing this on your own as well. You have to promote everything. You have to post everything. Luckily, Twitch is telling me we are live on Twitch, so that's a plus. Let me check the audio on Twitch before I keep going. How's the audio? Do we? Okay, we have audio on Twitch. Let me see if we have audio on YouTube. If we have audio on YouTube, then we're good to go. Just one sec, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay, we have audio on YouTube. We're perfect to go. We are good. We are good. Stream Elements is saying we are live. That's awesome. And boom. What is up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? Long time no see. Well, realistically, it's been a week. Yeah, it's been a week because my last podcast was last Sunday. And, yeah, but it feels like a minute. Just because I feel like we were gaining a lot of momentum. And it kind of halted, honestly. It halted just because of some personal reasons. But we're going to actually talk about that today because I do want to address it. When I promoted this podcast, I said I was going to address some things that I need to address personally. And we're going to start with that right now because why not start with it? So, originally, I had scheduled 2 podcasts for the previous week. There was supposed to be one with LSG and one with Deshaun Pratt. Those kind of fell through because of the hurricane that had happened that week, and also for my own mentality, I wasn't really feeling about doing a podcast. So that week, I decided, you know what, I was going to take the break. I wasn't going to do anything content-wise. I didn't even stream, which I had started promising that I was going to start doing more content. I started one stream that I did, and I kind of deleted it just because I didn't feel the content. I didn't feel like what I was putting out was enjoyable, at least to me. And I always say, if I can't enjoy the content I'm putting out, then it shouldn't be out there. Because if you can't enjoy your own content, oh, sorry about that, guys. The light is taking a bump already. Jeez. Hold on one sec. Gotta love it. Technical difficulties to start already. But so like I was saying, so I didn't feel like I was enjoying that stream that I did, so I decided to go through without it. We are gonna get back to streaming though, and I'll talk about that later on. But from that, again, I was going through, honestly, a lot of mental toil. Like I was going through my own depression, going through anxiety, and I really didn't feel like creating content. I decided to take a little bit of a social media break. If some saw, if they didn't, I'm sorry. And it was peaceful. It definitely was eye-opening again. I felt like, okay, I was ready to create content. I felt like I was ready to finally start putting some stuff out there, finally get back into what I like to do, which is this. I like to talk to you guys. I like to be able to conversate and have these podcasts and also the streams. Because also, if you guys are following me here on Twitch and on YouTube, you know I do gaming as well and a multitude of things. So I thought, okay, let me start planning out what I was going to call Catalyst Week. So that was after Friday. I felt like, okay, I'm ready. I planned out a podcast for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That was my plan. I was like, I'm gonna do a podcast on all those days to promote the upcoming independent wrestling event Cal's Wrestling was putting together, steal this show. So I thought, let me put this together and help promote a brand that I've worked close to for a length of time. And I decided, okay, I was going to speak with my good friend, a brother of mine, someone that I've done podcasting with before, someone I enjoy his content that he puts out. And also, we're friends outside of this. So I decided, why not actually have on my good buddy Ben? So we did that on Sunday. We were able to put that together. We got that done, and it was a great podcast. Actually, one of the longest episodes I've done as of late in this season. Because again, this is second season. So I was like, perfect. Again, I don't mind a long episode. I feel like, especially when the conversation is flowing, why not keep it going? Why not continue the conversation? We went an hour and some change, and it was enjoyable. We got views. People enjoyed it. I thank you for those that are watching. If you haven't checked it out, please go check that out in the replays here on YouTube, on Twitch, also on podcasting platforms like SoundCloud, like Spotify. There's more I'm forgetting, but please, I apologize for that, guys. But again, go check out that podcast that I did last Sunday. So again, the plan was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And this is where we get a little real. So Monday, again, I've had my health issues in the past. I've made sure to get myself in better health so that way these issues don't reoccur or become more frequent than others. So on Monday, I start to feel a little bit of shortness of breath. I start to feel like it's hard to breathe on my own. So, okay, I'm also a person that's lived with asthma for 22 of 23 years. So it's been a minute. So I know my body already. I know, okay, let me go get checked out. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I just need a proper treatment. Or I know how it is usually around this time anyway. I'm also a person that needs a steroid that they give you for asthma. If you're asthmatic or have ever dealt with someone with asthma, you know there's a certain steroid they give you that allows you to open your chest up a bit and breathe better, and it opens the airway. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I go in after some time and after some tests, running some x-rays, all that good stuff and good jazz. They find that on top of my asthma, I was suffering from a bit of pneumonia. So, okay, that sucks. My worst thought was I thought I had COVID. That was my biggest thing. My biggest worry was, did I catch COVID again? Because I'd already had it earlier last year. And I already knew what that felt like. I already knew just the insanity that is. And again, I apologize for anyone that's going through it currently. And my thoughts are with you. And it was a scary thought, not knowing until luckily I got the negative test results. But it's scary to not know. And I'm given medicine, I'm given all that, I'm sent home. I'm like, okay, cool. Unfortunately, again, it's been a long day. I had to cancel my my Monday podcast that was going to be with Matthew Ryan. And I had to cancel my following day podcast that was going to be with Ash Samuels. So again, it sucks, but there'll be eventual guest again, and we can definitely work that out. So that's already 4 podcasts. Unfortunately, I had to reschedule, and it sucks. But again, we're getting through it. That Tuesday night comes, I'm fine, I'm all good. Wednesday comes, and I'm getting ready to be on the Chillin' Killin' podcast. Great podcast. Love it. Good friends there. Anthony Gangone, Valentina, Evil Ed, Ellie. So many great people at that podcast. Travis the Terminator. I'm luckily now that I've been able to, I guess, technically join the podcast realm there again. So I was like, okay, we're gonna review Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Great movie, in my opinion. It's a classic, especially if you love Universal monsters. It's a great movie. The ending is what it is, but it's a good movie. I was ready to review it. I was ready to talk about it, and I had notes. Again, guys, this is something. If you guys ever catch me like looking to the side, it's because I have a book of notes for every episode. Even for this one, I have a checklist that I want to make sure. Hey, I talk about this. I talk about that. I talk about this, just to be sure that I hit everything that I want to hit. So, as far as that came, okay, just like this, I have my setup. You guys, if you've seen my podcast, you know everything is set up here. Have the lights, have all that. I was setting that up just to be ready for the podcast. I was watching AEW, like most people do on Wednesday nights, and this is where it really got scary for me, as I felt Monday. I felt shortness of breath a little bit, but it was still controllable. I was still breathing on my own. I was still good. Wednesday, I could not breathe. So, or at least so I thought. So I got to the point of thinking, this is really bad. This is really bad. I need to go to the ER immediately. So I had to call an ambulance and get that done, because I, for the better sake, thought it could have been way worse. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it turned out to be. And it freaked me out. And it's something that, again, I hope no one has to go through. I hope no one has to go through something like that. Just because it's a scary time. It really is a scary time to go through something like that. But I put that to say that, again, stuff like this, for me especially, is what keeps me going, what keeps me positive, what keeps me motivated. That's why I wanted to speak about this for a bit and address this early on, just because, again, those that are close to me, those that really know me, knew all this. They know what went on. They know a lot more that I'm not going to speak on, just because I rather not. But this is the best summary I can give you guys, that I would like to give you. I'm sorry. But again, all this is to talk about now, especially, again, keeping that positive mindset, keeping positivity, and keep moving forward. And that's what we're doing here today, because, again, I don't want to stop doing these. I really don't. I enjoy doing the podcast. I enjoy being a part of this community here and making a difference. Because also, during all this, I also decided, for the time being, I'm going to move away from doing projects that involve being a part of, unfortunately, the wrestling business. So that means doing anything backstage, stuff like that. And my reasoning for that is, like I said, I've gone through anxiety, gone through all that, and I'd rather not add additional stress to myself in that manner. Just, again, for the time being, just to make sure I'm back to 100%, to make sure that I'm okay. And again, I want to do stuff that's going to keep me happy, but also keep me, in that creative sense, satisfied. So that being this, that being a part of the Chillin' Killin' podcast, doing stuff like that, doing the streams, all that kind of stuff, that has helped me with all this. So for those that are watching, I hope you can understand that. And for those that are listening as well after the fact, I thank you and I hope you understand as well. So this isn't going anywhere. I will be doing the Laws Roundtable moving forward. I will be going back to doing Universe Mode. Universe Mode is finally coming back. We are bringing back Ring of Honor Universe Mode, as well as Impact Universe Mode, guys. Yes, I am now doing an Impact Universe Mode. That will be starting up sometime next week. Next week we'll be bringing back Universe Mode. I would do it this week, but unfortunately, we have a lot planned for this week. So I don't want to go crazy with content. So the following week, we will be back with Universe Mode, and it's going to be a steady pace of balancing Universe Mode and the podcast, and again, creating that positive atmosphere for you guys and hoping you guys enjoy. But also, before we continue here, as always, please don't forget to follow me on the social medias, guys. Ray_Mundo. That is on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TikTok is going to be getting content very, very soon. Again, as we get back into Universe Mode, I will be posting content there as well. Also, clips from this, I will start posting there as well. So you guys get that satisfaction on TikTok if you guys are a fan of that end of social media. Also, if you're already here on Twitch, hit that follow button. If you would like, hit that subscribe. It helps out the channel so much. Also, YouTube, hit that subscribe button, guys. Leave me some comments. Hit that like button. Help me continue to grow, guys, please. And also, if you want to support the channel as well, hit up whatamaneuver.com. Purchase the Law of Gaming t-shirt. Amazing design. We've had some people purchase the shirt. Definitely continue that trend. New merch. I'm going to try to start the new year with new merch. We're going to see if by December I can get a new design made, and we'll go from there. But there we go, guys. Now let's start. I want to reflect. This is going to be like a reflection episode as well. Let's talk about the season. Let's talk about the season so far. Episode 1, as you guys can see right there. Or if you're hearing on audio, I just showed the graphic for episode 1 of season 2, as it featured the forgotten Adam Kane, now known as the infamous Adam Kane. It was my first attempt back. It was a little rocky. It was a little rough, just because it has been a while since I did a podcast in general, because I had no longer been doing podcasting for that time. I had gotten used to doing streaming, as that was my creative output for the time being. So I wasn't used to podcasting again, the settings, all that good stuff. So it took me a minute to get back into it. It took me a minute to understand, okay, this is what my mic levels need to be. This is what I need to do to put this out there. And then learning about how to put out a podcast. I was able to learn from that episode on what Anchor FM is, learn about podcast distribution, learn about all that good stuff, and learn that there is a community for this as well, not only in visual but audio. So it was a great start. Also, again, Adam, a good friend of mine. I thank him for being my first guest this season. He was a guest on last season as well, which again, my goal starting this season was to get better, to grow. That first season, I thought I did well, but watching it back, it's a lot of things I could have changed, a lot of things I could have gotten better with. But hey, we all learn and we all start somewhere. So season 2, I wanted to start with a bang. I wanted to start good. And episode 1 kicked off with Adam Kane. Episode 2, I could not believe who I got for episode 2. Because when I started season 1, before it abruptly ended, because unfortunately I added a little too much to my plate, and I wasn't able to do it on my end. I wanted to be able to have Steve Mack on. I wanted to be able to speak to Theo, have Monston back on, and just chit chat. Again, shoot the shit. The Laws Roundtable has never been about interviewing. It's never been about like trying to ask the usual podcast questions. It's more about creating just a conversation and having fun, putting out some cool content out there for you guys, and something I feel like I can give to this community, be it the wrestling community, podcast community, etc., or the mix, because there is a mixed community here. So With Monster Mac, a it was a genuine surprise that, again, I've told people when I've done this, I've been blessed to, again, it's a message, it's a conversation, and then we schedule a date. I've been lucky. A lot of people I've gotten just off like that, and I thank them because, again, sometimes you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I've gotten a few no's, unfortunately, but that's okay too. And it keeps me on my toes. Again, it doesn't make me get depressed about it. It makes me, okay, brush it off and move on to the next. But Steve Monster Mac, it was great. It was a conversation that I'm glad happened. I was able to pick his brain a lot. It was a training session for me because I was able to learn a lot more than I knew, and stuff that, again, as a person young in wrestling, when you get to speak to a vet like that, it's like, holy shit, I need to take advantage of this. And I hope, again, people that are watching this or are going to listen to this afterward or watch this afterward, please go back and check that out. There's a whole playlist that features all past episodes. Go check out that episode because you're going to learn some gems from El Padrino, El Tío himself, Steve Monster Frickin' Mac. Next, from there, I had to speak to someone who, again, someone I respect in this business, someone I looked up to, just because he also has had his time, he's had his tenure. Also, I got to train with him for a bit at the Fallout with Colossal Mike Law. That was, again, a great conversation. That day to do both of those podcasts back to back, it was insane. But also, again, I was ready for it. I knew what this brings now. I knew, hey, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to have those conversations. Luckily, again, I always try to stay hydrated during all this because it's a marathon. It's you're going the distance. You're going a while here. And speaking with Mike Law, it was great. We were able to speak on, again, training, speak on his time getting into the business, talk about places like Arena Puerto Rico, talk about Uncle Stephen Dumeng, and so much more, promoting shows. That's been my biggest thing with the podcast, is putting over whoever I brought on and also talking about what they're going to be doing, because that's what I want to be able to assist with this, is let people know, hey, if you really enjoy this, go catch the indie show. Go support independent wrestling. Go watch them where they're going to be, because these are great people. Whoever I bring on, I give my full stamp of approval. I give my, this is a person to watch. This is, if that matters to you. I don't know if that really matters to you. Who the hell am I? But and just to say, these guys and gals, and they're amazing talent. They're amazing talent. They're amazing people in this business, and you should definitely check them out. There's a reason why they're on the podcast, because not only do most of them I've considered great friends, but also I'm fans of them. Fans first. A fan of what they do, what they're able to do in that ring, in the business, even outside of the ring. That's something we're going to talk about in a little bit. Just about people that I've had on that their mindset alone has drawn me to want to bring them into the podcast. So, but from that, again, we went into another great friend of mine. She's a great friend. First female of the season. Again, last season, I got so many messages. Where are the females at? Where are the females at? Where are the females at? And this season, there will be more as well. I've already made my list. Again, guys, this is something I do for the podcast. Again, I have to list down who would I possibly want to get on, and then it's a process of finding who's available. Because that's also a thing. Again, they are busy. They're very busy people, guys. Like, this isn't just a thing like, oh, they're sitting around when they're not wrestling. It's like, no, they have real jobs. They have real issues just like we do. This is the thing I want to teach also about wrestling, that's like, it's not just a what you see. It's a lot of stuff you don't see. Hey, what's up, Luna Bombay? How's it going? What's up? What's up? What's up? But yeah, Valentina's episode, I was again lucky to get her on. It was a great conversation, a great friend. I was made fun of because the conversation felt like a podcast, which I'll admit, this is something I'll even talk about here, that I do change my voice up a bit. I do try to speak. I do try to speak a little different, just because I'm trying to, how do I put it, enunciate more and have people not fall asleep while I'm speaking. Like, I'm trying to make sure you guys are into the content that you're watching. That is my biggest thing when doing this show. Like, that's always gonna be my biggest thing. And cool, Luna. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. They're definitely looking forward to that in the next coming months. But that episode of Valentina, it was great. We were able to talk about, again, horror movies. We were able to talk about Funkos. We were able to talk about collecting. We were able to talk about her in-ring stuff, her in-ring training, her in-ring matches that were coming up, including next Saturday. Next Saturday, she will be in a championship match, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, championship match for the Fun Wrestling Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah. Sorry, I should have wrote that down in the notes. But yeah, so that will be happening next Saturday. And again, I'm grateful to have her on the podcast. Great friend. And it was a great episode. But from there, we had another. This one was interesting because this one, till that time, I didn't expect it to be, was the longest episode I had put together. Monster Mac had, we had went the distance. We had went like an hour. I want to say hour and 5, hour and 6, and I felt bad because I thought I was taking Monster Mac's time, and he's apologizing to me like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I like to talk," and I'm like, "No, to me that's great." I feel like the biggest thing when you're doing podcasting is your biggest fear is having someone that doesn't want to talk, because then it's like, okay, now what do I do? Especially when it's something like this, that my whole gimmick here is having a conversation. It's like it's like we have to talk here. We have to do like it's a dance in a sense. And yeah, so it's like if you're not speaking, I'm at a loss here. I don't know what can I really do to make you want to continue the conversation. But with Big Game Leroy, he's again another great friend of mine, my brother. We went into shows that, unfortunately, I hate that what happened ended up going down, as he was very, very enthusiastic about that weekend. And again, you guys can check out that conversation. And it sucks what happened, but there's also a lot of great things that came out of that episode. A conversation that, again, for especially people in the business, should think about when it came to like unionization of wrestlers, and just making it better for wrestling. And that's been something that, again, me and Leroy have even spoke about outside of podcasting and all that is, and I even posted about this. My biggest thing in wrestling and life in general is making things better for the next generation, changing things for the better, and making things that's like, you know what? Hey, this is what we had to go through. Doesn't necessarily have to happen for that next person. Can I teach someone some things so they don't have to go through these certain turmoils and these certain, like, there's just some things that you could at least speak on before a person has to go through this, and you have to see, and you're like, you know what? It sucks. I've been there. But hey, you can help them through it. You can help them with certain things like that. And that's our goal, to make that change. And that episode definitely touched on that a lot. So definitely check that out. And again, as you can see, there was a trend. I had friends, great people on. I had a legend. I had, again, this was my list going in. This was thoughts I could do, I could put together. I was like, this could work. This should be fun. I started to think, again, when doing this, I also want to speak to people I want to speak to, that I would love to have a conversation with. Hey, it's on a podcast as well. Why not? Let's see if this could happen. So I decide to try messaging another iconic person in the business, someone whose mindset has influenced a lot of people I know and even myself. And I thought, let me message and see what would happen if I speak with the zombie princess himself, Jimmy Jacobs. And when I tell you, I sent a message. And again, I'm talking about all this because why not? I spoke to Jimmy. I sent Jimmy Jacobs a message. It was like this, like a Sunday afternoon. 5 minutes later, and again, I always say this: who am I? I'm just another person trying to create content, another person that has just been a part of this. I thought, let me message him. And when he responded in those 5 minutes saying, let's do it, my jaw dropped. Because again, who am I to be able to have a person like this on my podcast? To be able to speak to Jimmy Jacobs. And when we worked on a date, we planned everything, I was like, holy shit, this is real. I made that graphic so fast. I was so ready. And I was like, holy shit. And when I posted it and the reaction it got, that people were like, holy shit, how the hell did you get Jimmy Jacobs? And I was like, I explained just like this. And people were like, there's no way. And when Jimmy Jacobs promoted the podcast, I was like, okay, I know this is real. Because I'm telling you, the speed that it happened, I was like, I thought it was fake. I thought, no way. There's no way. And Luna, yeah, it's on the channel. You can check out on YouTube. It's in the backlogs. Also, if you want to listen to it as a podcast, it's on Anchor. It's on my link tree. The link to that podcast is there. That was episode 6. And that's a podcast. If you want to hear something that will be very enlightening, that is a podcast I recommend everyone check out. It opened my head to a lot of thoughts. It opened my mind to so many things that I was like, you know what? I noticed what truly is important to me anymore. And I noticed a lot of things that I was like, you know what? I agreed a lot with Jimmy Jacobs. And Jimmy, I'm so glad I was able to have on. I would love to be able to have a conversation like that again. Maybe not on the podcast, just to speak to him as a person to person. But Jimmy Jacobs is someone I was so glad to be able to. And it was insane. From there, someone who, it was actually a fan requested episode. Because I had asked people, who do they think I should have on? Who should join the podcast? Who should come on and let's chat? And I was given the aerial artist Zenshi. And this episode, I can admit, I'm still angry at it, just because I wish I could have done something to fix it. I wish I could have done something to fix the technical difficulties, to make it clearer, to do something. But Zenshi was a great time, a great conversation. I knew it was going to be. I know Zenshi's hilarious. Zenshi was a great guy. He's a great guy. And we'll definitely be doing a part 2. That is going to be an episode that I need to do a part 2, just because I want to make sure we do it right. So definitely look out for that episode in the future. We'll definitely be having a part 2 with Zenshi. Jimmy was the one that got Ruby Zoho, the WWE tryout, I heard from the Talk is Jericho podcast today. Oh, see, and again, Jimmy Jacobs is great. Jimmy Jacobs has done so much for the business, and that's what I wanted to talk to him about, and I wanted to break down, because he's done so many things that's like people don't really know. People People have heard of Jimmy Jacobs. They've seen what he's done, like Ring of Honor and stuff like that. But there's a lot of stuff that I feel like we don't get to hear because no one talks about it. And Jimmy Jacobs, he's done that for Ruby Soho. He's done that for people like Eddie Kingston. He's done it for a lot of people. And that's the biggest thing with wrestling that I feel like when you have people like that are willing to try to help out others, it's the best thing. It is the best thing because we want to, again, it's that man deserves his flowers. He definitely does. And that was my biggest thing with the podcast, was giving him that gratitude on the podcast. I told him a bunch, and it was like I still get made fun of because I feel like that was an episode that I definitely was like freaked out while doing, because again, to me, they're, especially veterans, it's like it's because of them that we have so many great moments, so many great people in the business that it's like I can't do anything else but be like, holy shit, I'm talking to this person right now. With Zenshi, I couldn't stop laughing. It was a great conversation. Zenshi was a fun episode, man. I can't wait to do part 2 because hopefully this time we can get a great connection on this. We can get all the technical difficulties aside and get that one to be perfect. But from there, we got to Sunday, last Sunday. We're able to do episode 8. I got to speak to my great friend Ben. And when I tell you, that was, again, reminiscent about our days at GOP, talking about his amazing documentaries, talking about what got him into that mentality to do documentaries. I loved it. I loved getting to speak to Ben about that. Speak about Steal This Show, which was a great show that happened 2 nights ago, as of that recording and as of this podcast. And it was something I needed, especially after everything mentally that I was going through. I was like, this should have been good. And sadly, with what happened after, it was like, hey, it's nothing I could control. But I was glad that at least I had put this out, that it was like, okay, this is content that will hold for a while. And it was one of my favorite podcasts so far. It's been great. It was fun. It was hilarious. It was a good time that brought me back to our old days at doing the JWP. And that also, it made me think about the growth. I always spoke about that, the growth of, hey, this is where we got like our foot in with podcasting and creating content like this. And this is where we are now, where again, I am, who would have thought, with a affiliate status on Twitch, growing the YouTube channel on my own, doing all this. And I say on my own, but it's like, I know who's there, who's helping, who's been there. But it's like, this is my vision of it. I should say it like that. It's not me alone, because that's something I want to bring up with this. With all this that we do, with the creative process, with all that, you're getting tips and assistance from so many great people, if you're lucky. I hope you are as well, because I've been lucky to have people give me that inspiration to continue, give me that motivation, give me those thoughts to be like, you know what, hey, you got this, you're doing fucking amazing, you're doing this. And that's why I say you're never doing this alone. No matter what, you're never doing stuff alone. You can feel like it because you're like, oh, I need to do this for me. But it's like, there's someone there that's clapping for you. I posted this the other day. Clap for when your friends win. Clap for when your circle wins. Because I clap a lot louder for my friends than I do myself. Because I want them, to me, I'll always be like that. And this is not me trying to be, how do I say? It's not being arrogant or anything like that. For me, I feel a lot happier seeing my friends succeed, because it brings me joy to see their happiness. It truly does. It brings me peace to see that. And when I see people that I truly love and respect and consider close do great things, it's the most important thing to me. So, and this is why I do what I do as well, because I know people are hopefully enjoying this, are enjoying what I've done, and I know they are, and I know who they are, and I thank you guys for that support. Now, like I said, as well as this, support the Just Chillin' Network. Support my good friends over there. Like I said, I want to say in the rotating cast, because there's also a bunch of people there, great people, like Valentina, like Anthony, like Ellie, like Travis, like Monoxide, like Evil Ed. There's a whole rotating cast, like Jimmy J, like Jeff. Shout out to my good friend Jeff. There is it's a great product there. Great stuff. You can check out, again, the Chillin' Killin' podcast on there. You can check out the Fractured Skulls podcast, which is a Patreon exclusive. So definitely go check out the Patreon. Support it. It's $1, guys. It is $1, and you get amazing content on there. And like I said, I'll be part of that rotating cast on there. Hopefully, should be on this Wednesday. Not sure yet. Got to speak with the boss man himself to see what's going to be happening on this week. But like I said, content wise, this isn't going anywhere. We are going strong. I have 3 episodes coming up. One will be this Tuesday, which I'm going to be announcing today. This is why people are here right now. This is why I'll also be posting the video announcement after this podcast. But I have episode 10. This is going to be, to me, the most special episode, the biggest one yet, for many reasons. And I'll explain those reasons on Tuesday. But episode 10 will be Tuesday with a very special guest. Saturday, I will be having a recorded episode. Unfortunately, I think it might have to be recorded just because of certain things. So I do have a big guest for Saturday. And that's going to be a recorded episode. I can't wait to speak to that guest. It's another insane conversation that's going to happen. And then the following Tuesday, I'll be speaking with another great guest. It's going to be, wait, let me make sure it's Tuesday before I say a date and I'm wrong. Hold on. Let me make sure. It is going to be... yes, it's going to be that Tuesday, the 28th. I'll be sitting down with another great guest, someone who I've had the privilege already of speaking with on a previous platform, and I can't wait to have him on the roundtable. But for Saturdays and then following Tuesday's announcements, you're going to have to stay tuned to my social media and follow all that social media, which if you want to, you can do so here. And that is on Ray_Mundo on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. So you can check all those out and hit that follow, guys. And that's where you'll find out who'll be coming on episode 10, 11, and 12. It is insane to me that we have gone this far. We have lasted this long on the podcast. Like, you guys think I joke around when I say I'm surprised about this, because I really am. I don't think these episodes are I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's weird to me still that people enjoy my content, people want to watch the content or listen to the content. When I see people even after the fact listening and watching, it's like, it's insane to me. This is just me speaking to a mic, having a conversation with someone, and it just happens to be streamed or happen to be recorded. And it's crazy to me that people are watching and enjoying it. I'm glad, don't get me wrong. I'm truly grateful for all that. It's not me trying to be a dick about it. It's me, again, I guess it's still unbelievable for me. That's why. It's still crazy for me to think that people enjoy my content and want to watch the content. And I don't know. It's always been a thing that's like, I guess it's the thing about creative that's like, you're always going to be your biggest critic, that you never think it's good enough or never think it's something special. But hey, I try, guys. And again, like I said, Tuesday is going to be big. And I think you guys have waited long enough. It's finally time to announce who will be coming on the podcast this Tuesday, 7 p.m. And we'll be right back after this announcement. See ya.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And just like that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be joined by one of my best friends. He is an independent, just superstar. He is the one above all, Anthony Gangone. I can't wait. You see this guy on the graphic right now. Like, he is truly one of my best friends in all this. Truly a guy I look up to, like an older brother. Someone who, again, just has been amazing. And I can't wait. This Tuesday, guys, you see it there. Episode 10. It will be the one above all coming on and having a conversation with me. It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait. Because again, the Roundtable isn't your normal interview thing. It's not going to be us talking maybe just wrestling. There's a lot of things we can touch. There's a lot of things we can talk about. You'll have to wait and see for this Tuesday. Also, if there's a certain topic you want us to talk about, let us know. Let us know. So we'll try to keep it enjoyable as well. And guys, I can't wait. That has been the biggest thing I want to talk about. And I wanted to leave it for this. I wanted to announce it on this just because, again, there was so much I need to touch on this episode that I was like, let's leave this, to me, the biggest episode announcement for this. And I hope you guys enjoy. So, now, let's talk about the what's next. Like I said, I was promising what is next, what is happening. So including that, like I said, we will be coming back the following Saturday, that following Tuesday. But also, like I said, check out my social media because that's where you'll find out what am I doing, what I'll be on, what I'll be involved in, and so much more, guys. But definitely continue to support, continue to be a part of this community, continue to, as always, be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, because this is all we can do, guys. And continue to support each other, continue to be positive, continue to love those close to you, continue to help each other, guys. Biggest thing we can do and make that impact in this community. So, guys, this has been episode number 9 of the Laws Roundtable. We'll be back, like I said, this Tuesday, 7 p.m. live here on Twitch, on YouTube, and afterward we'll be on all audio platforms. I'll be sitting down with the one above all, Anthony Gangone himself. I can't wait. That should be an amazing conversation. It's going to be a fun time. So definitely stay tuned for that. And till the next time, guys, peace and follow the law.